Wind is one of the most efficient ways to produce clean, renewable energy. However, last year alone, more than 7 billion euros were spent in unscheduled maintenance activities. My name is Carlos Oliveira. I'm Executive Director at Fibersail, and I'm here to tell you how we plan to solve this problem. So wind is very complex. And I know this because I've been working in the industry for many years. And despite that, the industry continues to measure the wind on a single point. This becomes a real problem when we go to the offshore wind, because we are building bigger and bigger turbines. And when you do this, nobody really knows what's happening along these big structures. This can happen. The example you see here happened onshore with a small turbine, and it costed more than 6 million euros. Can you imagine how much this will cost in an offshore wind farm? And when this problem does not occur, we still have underperformance. Again, it's significant in the onshore industry. When you go to the offshore, the values skyrocket. The industry is trying to solve this. You do have optical strain sensors being applied in very specific positions along the blades, but they are really hard to calibrate. Other solutions are based on laser technologies where, in essence, you try to see the reflection of the shape and extrapolate what's going on around the blades. But we at Fibersail, we have a different vision. We believe, I apologize, we believe that the solution is to create a rotor digital twin. In essence, we envision that we can use the entire rotor as a giant anemometer so the turbine can feel the wind conditions and adjust to it. How do we plan to do this? We developed a full-length shape sensor that is totally independent from the structure. We can apply the sensor from the root till the tip, and in essence, we can see the real deformation of the blades in real time. The sensor itself, it's lightweight, it's robust, it's made of fiberglass, and it has fiber optic fibers inside it. We can measure flap-wise, edge-wise. We are finalizing the algorithm to measure also the torsion. And we already tested this in a fatigue bench test for 3 months, and the same sensor is today still working in our warehouse. How are we different? Fiber optics technology nowadays measures the strain of the blade itself. We don't do that. Our sensor slides inside the blade, so it does not feel the strain of the blade, and it provides the shape of the structure that it is following. And so this creates a value chain that is totally different. The way we built our sensor allows us to go for a low-cost interrogation technology, and we believe that we can reach the market below 10K for an entire rotor solution. Our value proposition is straightforward. We provide shape in real time. If we evaluate the shape as standalone, we can detect erroneous operational modes, we can reduce loads, increase performance, and then in combination with other data sets, we can calculate the lifetime per component and then use predictive maintenance to reduce even more the overall costs of maintenance. Our business model is adapted for each stakeholder. We understand that manufacturers and operators are not exactly in sync, and so we consider a license agreement or a supply of components for the manufacturing, and we consider also a service fee for the operations where they can get the money out of the improvements. In terms of market, it is huge. Nowadays, we install between 20 to 25,000 turbines per year. This is going to increase a lot, especially in the offshore market. And we do believe that we have a really strong retrofit market because we believe that more than 300,000 wind turbines could benefit a lot from the optimization opportunities that our sensors allows. At Fibersail, we believe that if you cannot measure it, you cannot improve it. And we are here to measure what's going on. Thank you.
Excellent timekeeping. Very, very good. Right. Some questions from the audience. Yeah, a couple straight away here.
Could you talk about how much money you've raised and how much money you plan to raise and then what your exit strategy is?
Okay, I didn't focus a lot on the money right now. Actually, I got into Fibersail in the last investment round last year in August. And we raised in total around 800K up to today. We are planning a next investment round in the end of this year. because right now we are deploying the first operational pilots in the field to prove that the technology works in the field. And once we do that, we will go after capital to bring this technology to the market.
Okay.
And the exit strategy?
The exit strategy, it will take more time. So what we have now is we are proving the technology in the field. We believe that we'll need 1 or 2 more years to consider an exit strategy. But for an investor, I believe that we can either be bought by a manufacturer in the end. We can either be integrated into a huge utility. So I believe the exit strategies, they are many of them, because the value is there. Because if you put the numbers of the number of installations that you can put, and if we put a very low cost that we are trying to achieve of 10K, the numbers justify the value that we are asking.
Okay, I know you have one.
Can you tell me a little bit about your team? How many are you? What's your background? And are you all full-time?
We are around 5 right now. And we have the founder of the company. Actually, he's coming from the sailing boat. He was a professional trainer of sailboats. And he founded the company. Actually, the initial application was on the sail of the boats. So he knows a lot about wind. We have a PhD that actually developed the sensor itself and the technology behind it, so the algorithm that reads the strains from the sensor and retrieves the shape out of it. I'm new. I'm more focused on the commercial activities of the company and on the next industrialization phase. And then we have 2 more colleagues that are quite new in the company. One focused on marketing and another one focused on the financials.
And the IP is owned by the company or the PhD?
Yeah, we have 2 patents. So one is actually in the sailing boat, and now we have the patent of the sensor itself.
We've got time for one more question. If anyone else got a question they want to throw, otherwise you... Oh, no.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Can you give a little bit of insights how your clients take a decision to actually onboard your technology in their structures?
We have, as I said, we have 2 different customers, and they are totally apart. One is the operator, and his value proposition is really to get the most out of the turbine. And so he believes that our technology can give them an insight into their assets, how they are performing, what is the remaining lifetime that they will get out of it, how can they optimize the assets. Then we have the other side, and what we believe will be the final solution in the end, on the manufacturing side. So we believe that the right solution is not a retrofit, is to embed our technology in the manufacturing process. They are quite open. They were really hard to reach because of the costs, initial costs. But due to the way that we built our sensor based on variations of the strain sensors and not on absolute numbers, we can achieve a very low-cost solution to the market. And now we are engaging again, because if we offer a solution 10K to the public, we can go lower to the manufacturing, and if we scale, even more. And so it's already interesting for them to include this in the manufacturing process of the blades.